Wait till you see this project. Okay, today was kind of questionable. Rain early this afternoon, so we went over and poured a garage, a front porch, and a patio. Stopped and prepped the swimming pool on the way back. And now for our final project, here we are addressing this floor. The perimeter looks good. No cracks in the drywall. Everything looks good. Up here, I'm looking for cracks. Nothing. But everything is heaving. Like, look at that ledge. So the guys are getting some tools in here. We'll set a laser up. And we're trying to figure out why this has a big crown in it. It wasn't like this when they bought the house. You can see it was patched once. Got a rotted corner back here, kind of wet. Here, I'll get a laser set up. Okay, so we know we're 4 inches in the middle. Eight inches. We have a 4-inch hump in the middle of this floor. And we're even all the way around. So 8, 8. Eight and a half. But pretty close all the way around the perimeter. So what is making this center heave? Leaky downspout. But you'd think we'd have a crack here. And my theory is, we ran into this before, expandable soils. Never fails. So expandable soils, once they get moisture. What's up, Steve? Okay. Nope, I think we're good. Come on over. Alright, better. Once you get moisture in them, now they expand and it creates a problem. Could it be the sewer line, utility room, powder room, all come and exit this wall right here? Is that what's contaminating this with moisture? Or is it something else? We're going to dive into this. It sounds solid. You don't hear that echo sound. So we're taking that door out. We need 36 inches. Trying to take care of the dust for them. We'll hang some plastic and we'll be underway shortly. We need to get rid of this mantle, or this hearth. We'll see if we can't slide this out. Now that's pretty thin. It's loose too. Okay, we'll get that out of here. There's our expandable material. This is old mill slag. It compacts real nice. It smells like gas. And it gets hard on top. Once you pack it, it's almost like concrete. And then once you fluff it up, you can see right like that. So once you put moisture to this, it turns to like a slurry mess and it expands. almost doubles in size. So we had a 4-inch hump in the middle, maybe not doubles in size, maybe like 50%. It's about 8 inches thick in there. Tommy's going to stay here and dig a little bit more out, and we all have to get going. We'll be back here tomorrow and evaluate the system, the area more. What a day. All right. Okay, we are just about done digging. Just scraping the last of the slag. You can see over here, I am down to dirt. We're getting a little bit of water coming in underneath the footer right here. Oh boy. So the sewer line looks good. I think this is a little bit of topsoil. So we're just going to clean this debris back to the wall line and get it back as far as we can. This hasn't heaved because it hasn't seen any moisture yet. All the moisture is coming in on this back wall. So we're going to drape plastic up that. And hopefully if moisture does come back in here, you know, maybe there's a barrier there rather than getting to tearing out the bathroom, the utility room area. The homeowners just want to stop right there and see what happens. We can always come back and attack that from the garage side, but deep into the house, this will all be done. So we're going to put in a radon pipe and fill this back up with limestone, and we're going to target our original height, which is just an inch or so above the footer. So stone needs to come up to about here. Now, here is the million-dollar question. We're not going to compact this stone. That way, if anything heaves, maybe there'll be a little bit of a cushion. Everybody's shaking their heads no at me. My thought is maybe there'll be a little cushion that stone will compress before it buckles the floor again. If we can get a 1/4 inch before that happens. It took 25 years for this to happen. That's my thought. That feels good. Last little pile. Speed going around the edges. We got all the material cleaned out. Now I want a lower layer of visqueen, and we're going to roll it up here. That way if any water gets in our stone, hopefully it doesn't leach into this. You know, just trying to think of what possibly could work. So stone, and then plastic, then concrete. Okay. Here's our stone truck. We'll just run the wheelbarrows back and forth. It's about 30 degrees cooler out here. Okay. Alright, see you inside. Okay, hold this plastic up while they dump a couple barrels right here. That's what we're looking for. Okay, spread stone. We're going to put the concrete back to the original height, bottom of paneling. There we go. We just made a little ramp. We put our blocks right here. Now the buggies will come up and then down to a mat just to turn on.
How do you want to do it, Brett?
I'd say put it that way.
Like that.
Yep, but tight to that one, right? Right. Okay. A little bit of cleanup. Mixer is on the way. Okay, showtime. We'll be finishing this project up a day ahead of schedule, so that's good. No sense leaving and going starting another one. There's still a threat of rain around, and it's about 1:30. So time we get somewhere, get the tools out, it's 2:30. Let's just stay here and get this done today. So power buggying the concrete up just like we power buggied all this out. Pardon me? There's our blocking mats, turn. The guys hung plastic around. Thank you very much. That's nice. Over here in this corner, that's where we stubbed up our radon pipe. And we're just going to concrete right over the top of that. And then if they ever want to tie it in, they can tap a hole in the concrete and run a pipe up and out the wall. That's the plan. What else? What am I missing, guys? We have a double vapor barrier, sort of. This is our vapor barrier. We have the plastic underneath the aggregate as well.
We're going to float to the bottom of the drywall, but then screed the walls in, make sure they're nice and flat, right?
Yep. Exactly. So over there, we're going to be about 1.5 inches below the ceramic tile. Our new floor is going to be level across. The old floor has a hump in it. They're going to do away with that wall. If we ever come back and redo the rest of it, now everything will be level. Remember about 2 years ago we were working in that factory and they had us fix all the humps. Now the thing was a disaster, but it was a similar thing. The floor was heaving and it was due to moisture in the undersoils expanding. The same thing here. All that ash, the mill slag expanded with all the moisture. It wasn't the ground because the footer did not move. The footer is nice and level all the way around. Here comes our first buggy. Let's go. That off. There it is. Back to the original height. Can you get the water on, Chris?
No, I'm looking for the valve.
Okay. All right. Outside here. A little bit of cleanup. A little bit of finishing. This project's behind us. So I hope everybody finds it very interesting how that soil expanded and caused all this headache. What does it do to? Well, let me show you the footprint of the property. Got a hillside here, getting a lot of runoff, probably down against this wall. Water was coming in that far back corner, as well as where the sewer line was coming in. We could see it seeping in there. So water is finding its way into this. You know, it's the lowest point on this hill. And like I said earlier, I hate to keep repeating myself, but the soil is not expanding. It's the material the builder used to bring up the grade. Okay, there it is. Concrete's all in. Almost ready to get on and finish. I am going to hit the road. I just mopped up this hallway a little bit. Put this door back in. Getting it all secured back up for me. Alright, we'll be back in a year to do this one. As always, thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. Sorry about that. See you tomorrow. It all cleaned up. Maybe we'll change the whole fleet to orange. Mike Morgan would like that. Not gonna happen. But it was a nice machine. I got it on rental from Highway Equipment. And we'll talk to him. Maybe we'll add it to the fleet. Just got done work pouring concrete. It's about 5 o'clock, so I have a little bit of time. Working back on my daughter-in-law's pantry door. We got the lumber all milled to 1.25 inches. I drilled a 1/2 inch hole into the wood about every 10 to 12 inches, both sides. So I'm going to pin this together with epoxy. Everything's clamped, holding nicely firm. I put parchment paper underneath this for easy cleanup. That way, if it sticks, I can sand that right off. But I was reading the instructions and they suggested doing that. So I'm all clamped down. This is outside perimeter is the size of the door. Let's get mixing. I'm excited here. So I switched and I got a deep pour epoxy. I can go up to 4 inches thick with this, and it's not equal parts like my other epoxy resin is, A and B. This gets 2 to 1. Which one is the activator? So they mark it 2 different ways. Base resin A, curing agent B. One step further, a black cap for the B, white cap for the A. So don't get those mixed up. Just in case these labels get peeled off, you know black is the B agent, white is the base resin. So in my bucket, I put a mark at 4 inches and a mark at 2 inches. So base and curing agent. Okay. Liquid glass, 2 to 4 inch pour. That is crystal clear material, and I'm going to color it black. Try to pour it without getting all the bubbles. Okay. And 2 inches. Figures. We all knew that was going to happen. Okay. I just go for a slow mix. We don't want to whip air into this. Touching the sides. So give us about a good 3 or 4 minute mix, and I'll add my color. This is the most common mistake, not giving it a thorough mix, scraping the edges, scraping the bottom, and then have another container ready. I'm going to dump this material into that container and then mix again. And then do not scrape the edges when you're dumping the material into the mold. You can really feel the material changing the consistency. You start to see the swirls. Okay, they're looking pretty good. I think we'll start off with like 3. Okay, like come up and grab that. Three scoops really turned it dark, huh? Like I say with medicine, if a little's good, more is better. We'll go with 4. Okay, so about another 3 or 4 minutes mixing. And this gets poured right in here. I used about a third of my kit, and I bought 2 of them. So I don't think I'm going to have enough epoxy. This is about 10 inches wide, maybe 11 inches wide. So if I'll see how far this 1 bucket goes. If I need to, I can fill this up with some aggregate and then pour on top of it. I don't know if they'll like that. I don't know if you'll even see it. It's black. But let's see what happens here. Okay, let that tighten up. Go grab some dinner. Round 2. Okay, so the epoxy's been here for just a couple of minutes. Couple little air bubbles. about 8 inches away, just letting the tip, I'm not even melting the plastic on the paper, instantly goes away. Okay, once it sets up a little bit, you can spray some alcohol on there to lose these bubbles as well. Okay, almost done fixing the wheelbarrow, heading to dinner.